This is how you do animated movies.
I'm about to watch a movie that scares me more than most horror films.
Hold on, is that the animated movie of the year I see? But
Whoever made that wild robot movie, count your fucking days. Count your fucking days.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Eric. In today's video, we're going to be going over The Wild Robot. Seen this movie a few days ago, and I really liked this movie. So first off, let's go ahead and go over, I guess, the synopsis of this so you guys can have like an idea if you don't, if you haven't seen it. And I'll just kind of just read it right from Google. So shipwrecked on a deserted island, a robot named Ross must learn to adapt to its new surroundings, building relationships with the native animals. Ross soon develops a parental bond with an orphan gosling. And yeah, right from the get-go, I was like super intrigued on this movie. My girlfriend, actually my wife was telling me about this movie, and I didn't like see any like trailers for this originally. And I seen the trailer for it, and I'm like, oh wow, it actually looked very interesting and looked kind of, it looked good. It had like the robots, so we had like the tech side of things, but you also had the animals and kind of having them like interact with each other. And yeah, the movie did not disappoint. The movie did not disappoint, guys. So I'm kind of just going over, I guess, like the plot for this. Basically, as you guys saw, or I just read, Ross, the machine, I'm just to say the wild robot, trying to have like a task to do. It is only surrounded by animals. It is surrounded by humans. So it started learning kind of what the animals, I guess, how they talk, and then is able to communicate with them. And then during this path, she meets the Gosling, and it kind of helps it grow. And they kind of just like she kind of becomes like a mom, and like they kind of it's like so many different elements throughout. But she is trying to help out that Gosling, and throughout it's like so many different challenges through other animals, and you got the human side of things with their technology, and looking for this robot as well. It's a lot of different elements, and I think they do a good job putting them all together to make a compelling movie. Like throughout the movie, like I guess I wasn't guessing like, oh wow, I wonder if like I wasn't guessing, I guess, like, you know what, let me rephrase it. I guess if you're watching this movie, you may have like a sense of kind of where it'll go from maybe point A to point B to point C, but it is still so fulfilling to see it. And then like there's some other like elements kind of throughout too. I do like on this movie. One of the big things is that they do show the human side. They do show like some of the like other machines and different things like that. I guess you do see that in the trailer a little bit, but I do like that you do also see that. So now there's like a big mystery. They actually kind of show you a lot of different stuff too on that. So yeah, you're able to see the wild robot kind of be a mom, but also interact with all the different animals, and just kind of just again the different, I guess, trials and tribulations of not only being a robot mom, but also helping out other animals in different ways, and also the element of again the humans. I'm not gonna say the humans are good or bad or whatnot on this. You will definitely have to see this yourself. But I do like that element that they actually showed on here. So yeah, my initial impressions of the movie were good, and then again, from the trailer, but again, watching the movie, it was still good. Like I feel like they hit a lot of different points very good. So let's go ahead and go over, I guess, some of my other, I guess, likes and dislikes on this movie. And I'll kind of just do this while I'm kind of looking at the different, I guess, images on Google for this. So I'll start with a dislike first. So for the dislike, I wish they even showed even more of the humans, and other like technology. I would love to see more of that technology. That's something I would love like a part two. They can go over that even more. I think that would be fun. For the likes, liked Lupita. She did the voice for the Wild Robot. Excellent job there. I like the voice acting for all the characters. All the characters, I felt like they were good, and I felt like they matched each of the different animals. So they did a good job there. Let's see. I also liked just the storytelling throughout, the highs and lows. I think they did a good job of keeping you like on your feet for some instances, but also, like keeping you chill and kind of just going with the flow. I think they did a really good job with that. The graphics were also good. Like everything looked good. Like the what do you call it? I guess with the CGI or whatnot. Excellent. It was good animation. It was good animation for this. Like it didn't feel like out of place. Again, the humans, the robots, the animals, everything looked good. The sound effects looked good. I can't really think of anything like from this movie. Maybe if it was like 5 minutes longer, maybe. Now I do Now, I guess maybe I wish the Gosling, a little geese, was actually maybe a geese longer. I mean, like a little Gosling longer, maybe a little baby geese longer. I guess that's like the only really big dislike I would have on this because it just reminded me of Baby Yoda a lot. And if you guys don't know what Baby Yoda is, I'll just show you real quick. But the little geese reminded me of Baby Yoda. He reminded me of Baby Yoda a lot. So I can't wait for a Baby Yoda movie to come out. And I think they're still working on that with the Mandalorian. But that's what it reminded me of when it was a baby. So yeah, if it had stayed with that like the whole movie, I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have been mad, but I guess they necessarily wouldn't have worked with like the plot they were going for. So next, yeah, the acting, or I get the voice acting was good. I liked everybody on there. The characters, and they had a good mix of characters. Some of the characters I thought were going to be going one way, end up going another way, and kind of vice versa on a few. So I did like that. Sound in the movie was getting good. I like the sound effects, but also just the moods throughout the movie was good. It wasn't a musical, which I like. So you don't have to worry about that. I guess if you like musicals, you will be disappointed. But if you don't like musicals, I think this is great there too. I think the themes and messages throughout the movie, I think they were kind of apparent in some ways, but in a good way. Like it didn't feel like it was forced on you. I guess with being a mother and other things of that nature. But I feel like it did in a way that made sense, especially for the like premise of the movie and whatnot. So I like that. It didn't feel like again like they're trying to shoehorn things, on you. I like that too. Comparing this, I guess, like to other movies, I can't really think of anything at the top of my head. The robot itself kind of, I guess, resembles the Iron Giant a little bit, except it's super smaller compared to the Iron Giant. This is like human size for the Iron Giant being a giant. Apparently, too, this was a book I was hearing about. And I might have to read the book, but yeah, I was hearing that like this apparently was like based off of a book or maybe a part of a book. So I'm definitely intrigued, guys. If you've read the book and you've seen the movie, do you think it's kind of similar or whatnot? I'm definitely intrigued there. Would I rewatch the movie? Yeah, I actually would rewatch this movie. It was pretty good. I wouldn't mind rewatching like another time, or at least watching it, like throughout streaming. I wouldn't mind having my nephew having him watch this too with us. I think that'll be fun. But overall, I think it was a pretty chillax movie, and I kind of just giving my perspective of me. I do like animated movies or animated films and all that. I'm a big anime fan. I like horror, I like action. I like a good mix of a lot of different movies, and I think this movie was a good job for adults and kids, and I think it would be good for teens too. I think like it hits points on all. So if you're a kid, you can watch this and enjoy it, and if you're an adult, you can watch and enjoy it. It was kind of remind me of like I guess Shrek in a sense because Shrek is also like that. And let me just bring up Shrek real quick. Oh, Shrek 5. I can't wait for that to come out too. But yeah, I think Shrek is also kind of remind me of that, of like good animation, but also something that adults can watch. And then you can watch this as a kid and still enjoy it a lot. But again, I can't wait for freaking Shrek 5. That's gonna be amazing. But yeah, Rotten Tomatoes has it as a 98%. IMDb has an 8.5 and Metacritic 85%. So yeah, still great scores all throughout. And yeah, they definitely deserve it. I think Universal Pictures did a great job with this movie, and hopefully we can keep it up. And as you guys can see, some of the actors, it's like a stellar cast of people. We got Pedro Pascal, Mark Hamill, Bing Rhymes on here. We have a good hello Lupita, of course. I mentioned that earlier. We have a good mix of cast who did an excellent job in the movie. And some of these people I didn't even know were voicing some of these characters. So they did a great job there with the voices. But anyway, guys, I want to hear in the comments if you've seen Wild Robot. Do you like it? Did you dislike it? And some of the reasons behind it. Definitely feel free to share this with everybody. And yeah, this is again the movie I definitely recommend for all ages. And yeah, if you haven't gone and seen it, I would definitely recommend going to see it.